Yes, people. Today we're going to talk about weight loss v fat loss and what's the difference. So I'm messaging on Instagram for this video, so this one's for you. I hope it all makes sense and I'll break it down as best as I can so you can understand it. Let's go. What weight loss means v what fat loss means. Weight loss refers to a decrease in overall body weight, which can include loss of fat, muscle, water and other tissues. Fat loss specifically targets the reduction of fat tissue in the body while aiming to preserve lean muscle mass. So if you just focus just on weight loss and nothing else, and you're restricting calories, you're doing loads of cardio, you're killing yourself on the Stairmaster, and you've dropped a stone. Say you were 17 stone and you was 35% body fat, you've dropped a stone, but you've lost a lot of muscle mass while dropping that stone. Your body fat possibly can be higher even though you've dropped more weight. And that's just the way it is because you've lost muscle mass. So fat loss specifically targets the reduction of fat tissue in the body while aiming to preserve lean muscle mass. So if you're a person that strength trains, as you already know, you're aiming to build and preserve muscle. So when you're dropping body fat, your body will look better and have a better body composition and look more aesthetically pleasing. And even though you're losing weight and dropping body fat, you will look bigger and your physique will look better. Why you should focus on fat loss. Weight loss can include muscle mass. Weight loss, if too aggressive, can be unhealthy. Fat loss preserves muscle and improves metabolism. So weight loss can include muscle mass. So if you're just again killing yourself on the Stairmaster, you're restricting calories, you're eating shitty foods but on a low calorie diet, you're killing yourself on the treadmill, you're starving yourself just to cut down this weight or get into that new size dress or to get into a new tracksuit or a pair of jeans or whatever, you're going to absolutely look crap. You're not going to look good. Body composition will look shit. You'll have shitty sleepy nights. You won't feel good in yourself. You'll have mad cravings. You won't feel happy. You won't like being around people. You'll just feel drained constantly. You're not giving yourself the right nutrition. You just focus on getting off weight any way necessary. Weight loss, if too aggressive, can be unhealthy, and this is also true like what I just said a minute ago. This will mess up your hormones. Like I said, you could be angry with your partner in the house. They're enjoying their food. You're picking at lettuce, chewing on shit. It's just a shit setup. Fat loss preserves muscle and improves metabolism. So the better your engines run, the better your metabolism will be. So if you've got a better metabolism, it will automatically make you drop body fat. So the stronger you are, the better your engine is. The weaker you are, the worse your engine is. This is why strength training and building muscle and maintaining muscle is important. Don't avoid it. You know what I mean? So yeah. The scale without context is useless. You can be at or under your BMI and unhealthy. You can be over your BMI and healthy. If you have a lot of muscle mass and are lean, you'll be over your BMI but healthy. You can have two people at 6'1", 238 pounds. One can be 10% body fat with a 32-inch waist. One can be 30% body fat with a 40-inch waist. So I don't know if you've ever been to like a pure gym or them sort of gyms. They've got them sort of scales where you can hold your hands on each side and it will give you your BMI and give you your reading. I've been on them machines many of times at my worst and at my best. And at my worst, it says I'm overweight and I'm clinically obese and I could potentially get diabetes. And at my best, it says I'm clinically obese and I'm aged freaking 55 and could have flipping diabetes. So BMI doesn't mean nothing when you're building muscle and preserving muscle. Weight loss nutrition v fat loss. So weight loss focuses on overall calorie restriction. So with weight loss, this is like I say when we talk about macros and tracking your calories and people say if it fits your macros. If your Big Mac and chocolate bar fits your macros, doesn't mean it's going to make you look better. Yes, you could lose weight eating a Big Mac and eating a chocolate bar, but will it make your body composition and how you feel and how you look better? I don't think so. Fat loss prioritizes protein and quality foods as well as calorie restriction. So with fat loss, again, we focus on good nutrition, whole, dense foods, single ingredient foods, maximum probably 2 or 3 ingredients in there, but single ingredient foods we target. Steaks, chicken, sauerkraut, fruits, blueberries, raspberries, oats, peanut butter if you want to, honey, red meats. None of these Big Macs, Wimpy's, Burger King, Wendy's, Peri Peris. I don't care about if it fits your macros, that is all shit. I'm not saying you can't eat shit occasionally, but so if you want to get the best shape of your life, you can't predominantly be eating processed shit. Sustainability with weight loss. When you focus on the scale, you tend to overdo cardio and more susceptible to fads. Anything fast doesn't last. Obsessing over the scales will drive you crazy because the scale will continually go up or down. So again, when you focus on the scale, naturally I've done it in my time, you can overdo cardio. You think, you know what, I've had a little treat over the weekend, I've got to do an extra hour on the treadmill, I've got to do an extra hour on the Stairmaster, I've got to walk the streets for hours, I've got to restrict this food, I'm not eating it this time. You start overthinking it, and it just, like I said, it's a vicious cycle again of restricting yourself from certain things and just crashing and burning and back to square one. So like I said, I've said this before in other videos, delayed gratification. All this, anything fast doesn't last. So if you're focusing on fad diets or a detox, or you want to fast because you think it's going to make you lose weight, I'm not saying detoxing and fasting is a bad thing. They have their benefits, but for sustainability and for the long-term goal, that's not going to make you get the best physique you want. So forget the fads, forget thinking fast. It's a long-term goal. We're thinking 6 months to years, depending on how overweight you are or where you want to be. So again, obsessing over the scale will drive you crazy because the scale will continue to go up or down. So again, this goes for weight loss and fat loss. When you're on your journey, like I said, I weigh myself every day, and the only reason I do that based on certain foods I eat. I like to know, okay, I've had that sort of carbohydrate today, I've had this sort of food, or if I've been out for dinner on the weekend, I know what sort of foods off my plan trigger me more, so I can play and adjust them. So I do it for that, and I don't freak out when the scales go £3 over in a day, because it'll drop again within a couple of days or even the next day sometimes. So it depends what sort of mindset you've got, if you can handle the ride of constantly looking at the scales. So next, sustainability with fat loss. So fat loss focuses on not only the scale but how your clothes fit. It takes longer, but the fat you lose you keep off. Slower and steadier progress is often more sustainable, leading to long-term results. Slow and steady wins the race. So let's break this down. So with fat loss focuses not only on the scale but how your clothes fit. So I was just talking about a minute ago, don't just use the scale as one measurement for your journey. I used to say to my clients back in the day when I used to PT, buy a top that's a size down from you, your dream dress, buy it, keep trying it on. But sometimes if you're strength training, the scales will go up and down based on muscle mass, fat loss, and so on till you dial in where you want to be. So focus on measurements around your thighs, your shoulders, your chest, your waist. Measure the places and keep checking your measurements weekly. So if the scales go up, your waist could have gone down. You don't know. So don't just focus just on the scales. Try clothes on and measure yourself as well also. It takes longer, but the fat you lose you keep off. And I said this before with my journey I'm on now. I'm aiming for 3 to 4 pound a month. So that could be 0.75 a week. It could be a pound a week. It could be whatever. But as long as that majority of weight drops over that month, I'm happy. I'm not aiming for 4 or 5 pound a week. I'm not aiming for a stone a month. Slow and steady. My target goal for the weight I want to be is next year, April 2025, going into May. We're now in October, so it's slow and steady. We don't rush the process. Yeah, so again, slow and steady wins the race. Just take your time, people. There's no rush for this thing. Like I said, if you want permanent greatness and you want to look good forever, this is going to be a slow process. You can't be eating shit for the last 4 or 5 years of your life and think you're going to change your life within 6 months, within 3 months, with a 6-week challenge, with an 8-week challenge. And again, I think 6-week challenges and 8-week challenges are good to get the ball rolling, but don't just think you're going to change your whole physique within 6 weeks. Them challenges are built for you to build momentum and carry on and eventually go on your own and do your own thing. Don't just think you can get someone's physique within 6 weeks when someone's been training for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Why you should focus on fat loss? If you are training for athletics, metabolism and health, fat loss is way more important than weight loss. If 2 people start at 6'1", 220 pounds, 30% body fat, and the goal is 180 pounds lean, if one focuses on weight loss, he may get there in 3 to 4 months at 18% body fat, and the other one will take 12 plus months but reaches 180 pounds at 12% body fat, maybe lower. The second guy will have more muscle mass, better metabolism, and overall will be healthier. I hope that makes sense. So again, it's about taking our time. We can't rush the process. If you try and rush and focus on, oh, I've got to drop a stone a month or whatever, you'll be dropping a lot of muscle mass. And when you get to your desired weight goal, and I mean just weight goal, you may look in the mirror and think, you know what, I don't like the way I look, because you've rushed it. You haven't decorated the body, you haven't been strength training, you haven't been eating the right nutrition, you've just been focused on killing yourself with cardio and cutting calories. And as long as it fits your macros, that's all you care about. Quality food and take your time. Good nutrition. Add a bit of cardio in here and there. Get your steps in. Good sleep. Good relationship at home. And take your time. This thing is not a rush. So finally, tracking your progress. So to track your progress, I would take mirror selfies. Me personally, I've already told you, I weigh myself daily, sometimes weekly, but it's mainly daily. And your target should be, this is what I suggest, 0.75 pounds to 2 pounds a week is a healthy amount to drop. So on average, some people can drop 3 to 4 pounds a month, which is me, and some other people can drop all up to 8 pounds a month. But for me, to get that quality muscle and get that quality shape and not to look gaunt and maintain it, I would recommend around a pound range a week. At the very beginning of your journey, you will drop a lot of weight. You'll be water, you'll be inflamed, you've been inflamed, there's lots of stuff going on. So you'll drop a lot at the beginning, and then as time goes on, you will start dropping just a pound a week to 2 pounds. Also get a journal and track the weights you're lifting. So if you're focusing on strength, like I said, the stronger you are, the more muscle you're building. That's more progressive overload. So track your lifts. I've never had a journal, to be fair. I've always kept my personal best and my movement and my lifts in my head, so I always know what I've done the day before or the week after when I go back to do that muscle group. But a journal is great if you're somebody that wants to track and see how you're progressing with your strength and your repetitions and your volume. I've already said this as well, take measurements. So don't just focus on the scales, take measurements on your chest, your legs, your waist, your biceps. So like I said, there could be days where you feel like flipping hell, I've put on 3 pounds, and it could be muscle mass, and you probably feel a bit disheartened looking on the scale. But if you measure yourself, get a friend or your partner that you live with to measure yourself. And the one thing that doesn't lie to you people, again, what I said in this, is the mirror. I don't care what the scales say. If you feel better in that mirror, if your clothes are fitting better, the scales don't matter. Get into a mindset like that. Is your waist coming in? Is your chest getting tighter? Is it rising? Is it not as man-booby as it was before? Females, is your chest feeling better? Have you got better shoulders? Are them bingo wings going away? Focus on that. The scales don't always matter. But again, I said to you earlier, I weigh myself every day, but for different reasons. I can mentally handle the ride of going up and down. So I've done this process a few times already in my life. Well, 3 or 4 times in my life. So I hope all that makes sense, my people. Hope it all makes sense. If you're on your weight loss journey, focus on fat loss and not weight loss. Focus on dropping body fat. Don't rush it. Don't restrict calories straight away and you're eating just celery and a bit of cucumber a day. Enjoy your foods. Enjoy your meals. Enjoy the progress. You can eat healthy and still eat your favourite foods and drop body fat. No one's telling you to just change your whole lifestyle around. I never. I've been doing this since 2009 to 2024. And through that period of time, I've still had biscuits. I've still gone to Five Guys. I've still had some chips. I've had a fish and chips. I've had my favourite foods, fried dumplings, mutton, rice, coleslaw. I've had all of these foods and managed my weight over the years. So people, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Fat loss over weight loss. Be extraordinary, dare to be different.